Once upon a time, in a small village surrounded by lush green hills and sparkling streams, lived a blind girl named Amaka. Despite her blindness, Amaka had a heart full of courage and a mind full of wisdom. Her village was a place where everyone knew each other, and they lived in harmony, celebrating every season with joy and laughter. Little did they know, their peaceful life was about to be threatened, and it would be Amaka who would save them all. Amaka was born blind, but her other senses were incredibly sharp. She could hear the faintest rustle of leaves and smell the sweet scent of flowers long before anyone else. Her family loved her dearly, and the villagers respected her for her kindness and wisdom. Amaka loved to listen to stories about brave heroes and clever tricksters. She dreamed of having her own adventure one day. Amaka's mother, Adama, was a skilled weaver who created beautiful patterns that adorned their home and were sought after by villagers and traders alike. Her father, Kwame, was a farmer who grew the juiciest fruits and the freshest vegetables. Despite their busy lives, they always made time for Amaka, teaching her the ways of the world through touch, sound, and smell. The village was a close-knit community where everyone contributed. There was Nia, the village healer, who knew the secrets of every herb and plant. Old Kofi, the storyteller, who entertained children with tales of ancient heroes and mythical creatures. And Amina, Amaka's best friend, who never let her blindness come in the way of their fun. Every morning, the village awoke to the sounds of roosters crowing and the chatter of people starting their day. Children ran through the streets, playing games and laughing. Women gathered by the river to wash clothes, sharing stories and news. Men worked in the fields or repaired homes, always ready to lend a hand to their neighbors. The village was known for its vibrant festivals, where music, dance, and feasting brought everyone together. One of the most beloved festivals was the Harvest Festival, celebrated at the end of the farming season. The entire village would gather in the central square, decorated with colorful banners and flowers. There were competitions, dances, and a grand feast with dishes prepared from the season's best produce. Amaka loved these festivals. Though she couldn't see the decorations or the dances, she felt the joy and energy around her. Amina would describe everything in vivid detail, making Amaka feel as if she could see it all through her friend's words. Amaka would listen to the music, her heart beating in time with the drums, and she would dance with Amina, feeling the rhythm in her bones. One summer, a rumor spread through the village like wildfire. A group of bandits was planning to attack the village. These bandits were known for their cruelty and greed. The villagers were terrified. They had heard stories of other villages being destroyed by these bandits, their homes burned, and their treasures stolen. The village elders gathered to discuss how to protect their home. They had no warriors, no weapons, and no strong defenses. It seemed like there was no hope. But Amaka believed there had to be a way to save her village. The bandits were led by a ruthless man named Badu. Badu and his men had been terrorizing nearby villages for years, leaving destruction in their wake. They stole food, livestock, and anything of value, leaving the villagers with nothing. Stories of their brutality spread far and wide, causing fear wherever their name was mentioned. When news reached Amaka's village, panic set in. The elders, who were usually calm and composed, were visibly worried. They called for a meeting in the central square, where everyone gathered to discuss the impending danger. The fear in the air was palpable, and whispers of doubt and anxiety filled the space. Amaka thought hard and listened to the concerns of the villagers. She knew the bandits would come at night when it was dark, thinking they would have the advantage. But Amaka realized something important: she was used to the dark. She moved around her home and the village by feeling and listening. She had an idea that might just save everyone. Amaka went to the elders and shared her plan. At first, they were hesitant. Could a blind girl really protect the entire village? But they had no other options, and they knew Amaka was clever and brave. Amaka explained her plan in detail. She suggested creating traps and obstacles that would confuse and slow down the bandits. She knew the layout of the village better than anyone, and she used her sharp senses to devise clever traps that would utilize the villagers' skills and resources. With the elders' permission, Jamaka began preparing. She instructed the villagers to create obstacles and traps around the village. They dug pits and covered them with leaves and branches. They stretched ropes across paths and hung noisy items like pots and pans from the trees. Jamaka even had them spread sand and pebbles in certain areas so they would hear the bandits' footsteps. The villagers worked day and night under Jamaka's guidance. Though they were scared, they trusted her plan. Everyone had a role to play, and Jamaka coordinated it all with remarkable precision. Nia, the healer, gathered herbs and prepared ointments for any injuries that might occur. Kofi, the storyteller, kept the children entertained and out of harm's way. Amina stayed by Jamaka's side, helping her set up traps and relay instructions to the villagers. Finally, the dreaded night arrived. The village was eerily silent. The villagers hid in their homes, holding their breath. Jamaka stood in the center of the village, listening intently. She could hear the bandits approaching, their heavy footsteps breaking the stillness of the night. The bandits entered the village, thinking it would be an easy raid. But as they moved forward, they triggered the traps. Pots and pans clanged, alerting the villagers. The bandits stumbled into pits and tripped over ropes. Confusion spread among them as they realized they were walking into a trap. Jamaka moved swiftly through the village, using her heightened senses to navigate. She shouted instructions to the villagers, who emerged from their homes, ready to defend their village. Armed with sticks and stones, they fought back bravely. The bandits, surprised and disoriented, didn't stand a chance. One by one, the villagers captured the bandits, tying them up and bringing them to the center of the village. Jamaka stood tall, her heart pounding with pride and relief. The village was safe. As the sun rose, the villagers gathered in the center of the village to celebrate their victory. They praised Jamaka for her bravery and intelligence. The elders declared that from that day forward, Jamaka would be known as the village's greatest hero. The bandits, ashamed and defeated, were sent away, never to return. The villagers rebuilt the damage and strengthened their defenses, all while remembering the lesson they had learned: courage and wisdom can come from the most unexpected places. The villagers never forgot how Jamaka had saved them. They learned that everyone has unique strengths and that by working together, they could overcome any challenge. They also realized that true bravery comes from within and that even the smallest, seemingly weakest person can make a huge difference. Moral: the moral of the story is that everyone has the power to be a hero, no matter their limitations. Courage, wisdom, and teamwork can conquer any fear or obstacle. Never underestimate the strength of a kind and determined heart.